Welcome back to Hudson Valley Week in Review. I'm Amy Greene. We continue now with a program in Ulster County acknowledging students who are making a difference in their schools and neighborhoods. Recognizing Success awards students who show an ability for innovation, risk, and achievement, providing new approaches and ideas to better their communities and schools. Ulster County Comptroller Elliot Auerbach recently awarded this year's selected students. He talks to us about the program.
Over the course of the last 6 years, actually, we have gone out to area high schools looking for that one student who has made a difference in their school and community. And it started in 2009 with the idea that in the high schools there are the kids who have taken up an entrepreneurial spirit or an entrepreneurial approach to changing their community or their school, whether it's an environmental change or a social change or an economic change. And it's not necessarily the captain of the football team or the cheerleading squad or the valedictorian. It's that one unusual, student who has put themselves out there. We call it the individual has had a propensity to take a risk and make a change. And it's not us that are making that determination. We've actually gone to the administration of the respective schools and we laid out the criteria and asked them to do it. So we have gone in, met with the kids, were wowed continually for the last 6 years. And this year in particular, this class of 2015 is just amazing. Like I sort of say I have the heart of a teacher. I spent a couple years in the classroom, so I know that out there are these outstanding students who sometimes don't get the mention on the front page of the newspaper. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite of what we read about. So, we took it to the county per se, the dozen schools in Ulster County, and we vetted the idea with them, and it seemed that we got back some really positive feedback from principals, administrators, and guidance counselors who were excited to nominate their respective students. Well, it's an array of students, and I call them global citizens because that's who they are. And it's an amazing group of kids who have really gone beyond the boundaries of their school to seek out what life is all about. We had one student who has spent the last 4 summers in 4 different countries because she had a desire to go out and learn the language of the country. So it was Ecuador, it was Spain, and most recently Beijing, China. We had another student who created her senior thesis based on developing a therapy dog reading program for 3rd graders, where she felt that 3rd graders would not be intimidated sitting there reading a book to a therapy dog as opposed to reading it to an adult. And what she really created was a group of lifelong learners who have a tremendous skill as they go forward. I mean, the kids that we have met this year have done more amazing things than I've ever seen. Another student from New Paltz who went out to Guatemala on a medical mission and spent 2 weeks with the Mayan Indians providing health care. A student from Highland who is representing the Model UN and is off to Beijing, China this summer representing her conference. So you see that's where the word global comes in. They've gone beyond the boundaries of the classroom to discover who they are and what's out there. Well, let's go back to what I originally said, is sometimes on the front page of the newspaper, you're not reading the story about this type of a kid. You're reading a kid who's really gotten in trouble or got jammed up. We also feel that we needed to show the leadership of Ulster County, the business leaders, the political leaders, the educational leaders, what we do best here in Ulster County, and that is manufacturing, and I put quotes around it, great kids. We ask each one of our students to give us their advice, what they would turn around and tell a junior who may be entering into his junior year. And that is, most importantly, get involved. Secondly, look around, see what's around you. And thirdly, seize the opportunity, because what we found in each one of these schools, and they're all different, some are private schools, some are public high schools, that the schools themselves are willing to listen to the students and create programs around them. Well, first and foremost, I'd love to get some underwriters who would give each one of these kids an amazing amount of scholarship money when they're off to school. I mean, that would be great. But I'd like to see it become regional, and I think it can be. After 6 years of doing this, we recognize that there are students outside of the Ulster County boundaries that are equally as bright and talented as the ones we have here. But quite honestly, I'm really selfish since I am the Ulster County Controller and I like to keep it local. I would just like to expand this so that the greater Ulster County community at large recognizes how great our kids are.
When we come back, a good man and a great role model. We talk about the recent passing of longtime Ulster County Chamber President Len Kane.